On June 14th, Cotuit traveled to Bourne to take on the Braves in the first game of the regular season. Now, August 3rd, and Cotuit is at Wilson Field to take on the YD Red Sox in the second leg of a home-and-home series. Cotuit won the first game 6-3 at Lowell Park last night, but now in the final game, Cotuit has an opportunity to take first place in the West Division should they win and Falmouth lose. Does Cotuit have enough to make a championship run? We have all the answers here on Pre-Game Kettle Talk, and it starts right now. Hello everyone and welcome to Pre-Game Kettle Talk here at Wilson Field, where the Cotuit Kettleers will take on the YD Red Sox in the second game of a home series to close out the regular season. Alongside Matt McHugh, I'm Matt Liberman, and Matt, after a 6-3 win last night at Lowell Park, where the pitching staff for Cotuit pitched really well, Seth Schumann on the mound, does he and the rest of the bullpen have what it takes tonight to limit the Red Sox again?
I believe they do. This has been a pitching staff that, as a team, if you look at the last 2 or 3 weeks, has been really, really solid, getting consistent performances from a lot of different guys, and that's really saying something, given the fact that a few pitchers have had to leave because of innings limits and whatnot. But this is a very solid, a very deep pitching staff, and Seth Schumann is a perfect example of that. Made some solid appearances out of both the bullpen and the rotation this year. Given another nice start tonight. He looked good last time out, and his team should be doing pretty well against YD.
And Matt, you talk about consistency. One of the most inconsistent facets of the entire lineup so far this year is that middle tier of the lineup, that 4, 5, 6, 7 part of the order. But right now, on an incredible hot streak, it's been a roller coaster this season for them, but playing really well. What's been the biggest difference for them in the last week or so?
I think the biggest thing to point out is just consistent playing time. You look at a guy like Thomas Dillard, who had been in and out of the lineup for pretty much most of the season, but then over the last week, maybe 10 days, he's really been in there almost every day. He's slotted in left field for about the last 3 or 4 days now, and he's looked very comfortable there. He's looked great at the plate. Both him and Michael Tolia are 2 young switch hitters who are really finding their groove. Tolia, 4 home runs in the last 4 days. These guys have been playing the best baseball of the season, and it's been really fun to watch.
And somebody batting just ahead of them is Greyson Jenista, and our field reporter, Biernat, caught him field side before the game.
Thanks, Matt. Now, Grayson, you were awarded the Cape League MVP yesterday, and you've been here for 2 summers now, and you guys have kind of had a rough summer last year, and you might have as well had an individually rough summer. How rewarding has it been to come here and kind of have your decision to come back pay off with this award?
It's always good to win. At the end of the day, you just want to win, and this is the last day of the regular season, so guys are just kind of enjoying it. We got the playoffs on Saturday, so we're just getting ready for that.
And when you showed up to the park, did you have any idea that they were even announcing these awards, let alone that you would be awarded the MVP?
I had no idea. We all just show up and just kind of do what we're told, so it's cool.
And after the game, when you checked your phone, did you have any special congratulatory text, or did you call anyone to share the news first?
Got a text from my mom, my dad, the coaches from Wichita State, and so it's always good to hear from them, and just take it back to Wichita, and we'll get back there in the fall and go back to work.
And I did talk to you a couple of days ago before the game where you told me that you guys are pretty in it to win it at this point of the season. Can you tell me about yourself and your team's mindset as you head into the playoffs?
Yeah, some people up here, it's not always a priority, but, these guys want to win. We want to win, I want to win, and, I'm not going to take a game off, and so we're going to go out there and win as many as we can.
Thank you, Grayson. Congrats on MVP, and good luck today.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thanks, Kara. And Grayson Jenista winning the Cape Cod League MVP, but heading into the postseason, Matt, is he the most important player for Cotuit?
Well, there's no doubt in my mind he certainly is one of them. A great defensive player, offensive player, a spark plug, a team leader off the field as well. This guy really has the whole package for Cotuit. I'm going to also go with Griffin Conine. It's a pretty big piece. He won a big award yesterday, Best Pro Prospect, as voted by the scouts. So both of those guys winning some impressive awards and have been huge parts of this team. Best 1-2 punch in the Cape League. They're going to need to keep that up as playoff time rolls around.
And Matt, we've talked a lot about today about the parts of Cotuit that are working really well right now, but heading into the playoffs, what do you think is the key thing that this team needs to work on if they want to make a championship run?
Well, Coach Roberts says it. He says it every time. It's pitching and defense that carries you through the playoffs. I believe that is completely true as well. This is a team that has pitched well lately, and that's something they're really going to want to keep going as they get into the playoffs. There's a lot of pitchers. They have a lot of new guys in as well. 3 new pitchers added this week. Guys who have been here all year. It's all kind of starting to come together on the mound, and they get a day off tomorrow. Today maybe you can get a couple guys in there and just kind of rest up a little bit more for the playoffs, get that rotation set. And I think it's going to be the pitching that's the big key for this team in the playoffs.
Well, Matt has a lot of the answers, but Coach Roberts has even more, and Biernat caught him field side as well before the game.
Thanks, Matt. Now, Coach, today, if we win and Falmouth loses, you guys will clinch the West Division. However, I know you have your own game to worry about tonight, but will there be any scoreboard watching, or are we going to drive over to Falmouth, catch the end of the game?
No, there'll be no scoreboard watching from this coach at all. I'm just trying to make sure that we're organized and coordinated after playing 10 games in 9 days or whatever it is. Right now, I just hope that we can finish today without any major injuries and get through our pitching staff so that we have the right people available for the weekend. So no scoreboard watching. Whatever happens may happen.
And on a more serious note, you mentioned yesterday that you were looking to get a starting pitching plan in place. Have you put any more thought into that? And do you know have an idea of who'll be pitching game 1 on Saturday?
I have an idea, but I haven't really discussed it with them yet. We'll do that after the game. And I've spent all morning doing a lot of things in respect to paperwork and the Kettleers and planning, really taking a lot of time this morning to take a look at things. So I'll announce that probably after the ball game to the players.
And you had 3 players last night get 4 different awards. Zane Collins got pitcher for Cotuit, Griffin Conine grabbed a couple of awards, and Greyson Jenista was awarded Cape Cod League MVP. Can you kind of tell us what these 3 have meant to this baseball club?
Well, first thing I'd like to, again, continue to say, this has been a team with capital T-E-A-M, capital of all those letters. They have worked so well together. It's made it really just a wonderful experience for the coaching staff. Secondly, when it comes to individual awards, you're always happy for that young man because usually they've earned it. It is rare they're giving something that they have not earned. So when you look at those particular awards, whether they be team awards, and I didn't know anything about who was going to receive any award until everybody else did yesterday, particularly the league awards. It's an honor to be in the dugout and watch those awards announced to those young men. For me, Griffin Conine the whole summer has just shown a real professional approach. I just love his approach, very humble, and I think he's helped everybody on our club have a more professional approach. Greyson Jenista has so much athletic ability. It just jumps out at you. And I think, to me, Grayson has helped keep, Griffin has helped keep Grayson. You got 2 G's going on there. I think more even-keeled, but his athletic ability just, again, jumps off the chart. And then when it comes to our team awards, certainly we always love our MVPs, and you're adding one person to that, Zane Collins, and I think he's done a marvelous job for us this year.
To keep talking about Greyson Jenista, this is the 2nd summer that you have gotten to coach him, and I guess when it comes to how great he is, we talk about I've talked to you often about how well he does on the field, and the fans get to see that, but can you tell us something that he does off the field that has maybe shaped the player that he is today?
Well, I think he spent more time realizing how important it is to have a balanced life, to be focused on the field, to also take some form of leadership, which this year, in his 2nd year back, I think the first day he arrived, he accepted that responsibility. And I think when you accept that and take that step out where everybody else sees you take that step out, even though only a couple of guys, Jason Billis, Justin Hooper, knew him from last year, I think that right there means that you've got to step up. You're stepping out, but you've also got to step up. And I think he's done that, and I'm very pleased that he would do it. It's dramatically helped him. It's certainly helped our club, and so I'm pleased for him. And it's been exciting to work with him for the 2 years in a row, just like Jason Billis and Justin Hooper.
Well, thank you, Coach. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Back to you guys.
Thanks, Carrot. Now here with Sean Ellertson. And Sean, we've talked a lot about some specific players for the team: Griffin Conine, Grayson Jenista, Michael Tolia, Thomas Dillard, and some of the pitching as well. Though heading into this game tonight against YD and for the postseason, Who is your X factor, or what is your X factor?
It's not a who or it's not a who, it's a what. It's basically today's avoid catastrophe, really. You don't want to see a guy go down with an injury right before the playoffs, especially in kind of a meaningless game. You know, we figure Falmouth is going to beat Hyannis tonight, so there will be no division title for Cotuit, but just avoid catastrophe. You don't want to have somebody take a ball off the face or somebody slide into second, blow out a knee or whatever. So play the game safe, and also I guess it is Seth Schumann going kind of deep into this game, save some of your arms so you're not tired going into the playoffs.
Do you think that we'll see a position player pitch tonight?
We've heard that Thomas Dillard and Brett Kinnaman are two guys who could enter the game tonight, so I think we could actually, especially if Coach Roberts really wants to save those bullpen guys. You'll see Kinnaman and Dillard on the mound tonight.
And then heading into the postseason, do you have a specific key that the team needs to do overall in order to be successful?
I just think it's going to be, the full nine getting on base. We've seen the top part of the order really be consistent all year long, but then the guys at the bottom really be up and down this year. I think that's going to be one of the keys, is getting production 1 through 9 into the playoffs. And this is a team that can make a run in a very balanced Western Conference or Western Division. This is a team that really could make a championship run.
Well, looking at the game tonight, Cotuit with the opportunity to snag the number 1 spot in the West Division should they win and Falmouth lose. But again, a tough opponent in the YD Red Sox. Should be a great game for Sean Ellertson, Biernat, Matt McHugh. I'm Matt Liberman. Enjoy the game, everybody.